Welcome to Complete with DLC, the only show that the two hosts have a black belt in Shaq Fu. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Griffin, and sitting across from me is the coffee connoisseur, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
Not bad. Can't complain, really. Can't complain.
You can complain about the fact that we've had to record this episode twice now.
Yeah, I can, and I will. I will complain about that, because it sucked.
Yeah.
We have to do this a third time, I swear to God.
A little short story to preface this. Yesterday we recorded this episode, yesterday being Thursday. So the day when this goes live will be the day we're recording this.
We're recording this the same day we're putting it out.
And it was the worst episode I think we've ever recorded.
It was awful. I couldn't speak. We rambled on.
Yeah.
It was just all around bad.
So what we've done is we've redone it. We've tightened it up. Got a new, well, that sucks, so don't worry about there being some sort of collusion here.
Oh, even if he didn't do another one, I completely bombed. I lost every single round.
So it was really bad. It was really bad. Plus, I just rolled out of bed. I'm in pajamas right now. Yeah. I'm ready for this.
Only the most professional of podcast hosts here at Complete with DLC.
Yeah. You just want to get into it then? Into what we're playing?
Why not?
Brad, tell me once again what you've been playing, because I completely forgot.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm, as usual.
As usual. That's kind of the... I feel like you should always just say that at the beginning, even if you haven't, because it's probably have been.
It's the game I probably play the most of now, just because now that I've hit rank 1, I'm just trying to get even farther, and it's a much bigger grind once you hit rank 1. But on top of Heroes, I'm playing a lot of Diablo, because the new season started on the 15th. And I've played every season so far, so I figured keep the trend going. So I'm playing a Crusader, doing a Thorns build, which is really fun. It essentially is, when things whack you, they take a bunch of damage. So my highest damage possible is when I stand still and do nothing, and just let them hit me.
Right.
And it's actually a lot more fun than it sounds. But on top of that, I've been playing Blade and Soul, which is a new MMO that came out on the 19th. Well, for Western release anyway.
Right.
Before that, it had been only in the East, I believe it's South Korean, if I remember correctly. Playing a bunch of that, and it's pretty fun. As far as MMOs go, you can tell it's in its early stages, but it's pretty fun. I can't complain. Playing an assassin, which plays very similar to a rogue from World of Warcraft.
I like a decent MMO sometimes.
Yeah, and it's free to play, so it's not like I'm taking any risk by doing this.
The last MMO I ever put any real time into, besides WoW, obviously, was Star Wars: The Old Republic.
I've heard mixed things.
It's alright. It's like the kind of thing where you're like, oh yeah, this is a paint-by-numbers MMO. But it's Star Wars, so...
That was the same thing, the same impression my dad had when I asked him how it was. He goes, it's alright. And you can tell it's just one of those underwhelming games.
Yeah. And before launch, so excited for that game. Because, they were, explaining a bunch of stuff. The story was going to actually matter. Everyone was getting a starship. It was going to be a cool thing. And then it just didn't come together in the best way.
Great concept, horrible execution.
But you can play it, and it's playable, and it's fun.
It's free to play, right?
Yeah, it's free to play now. I think up until, level 25.
Oh.
So, yeah. But I think you can still do everything in the game anyway, but you can only really rank up to level 25. I think the max rank is 50.
Oh. Yeah, right now in Blade and Soul, the max is 45, which is really low, considering where other MMOs sit.
Yeah.
But one thing this one does that others don't, and I really enjoy this, is you know how every game asks you to take a survey, right?
Yeah.
Every game does
Well, every, online game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you heard about it, what do you think of this, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
And most of the time, I completely ignore them just because I don't want to take 5 minutes of my time to do this.
Really, you take that long on those surveys?
No, it's just I think about it for 10 minutes and then don't do it at all.
You have this problem. You're like, oh, man, how did I hear about this?
Yeah. Listen, dude, I don't know what I ate for breakfast this morning. Never mind what I had. How I heard about your game.
Yeah.
But what Blade and Soul does is it gives you rewards for doing it, which I thought was kind of cool.
Right.
So as soon as I saw the survey, I'm like, all right, another thing I'm going to ignore. But I clicked on it just out of curiosity to see how long it was going to be. And it popped up with complete it and we'll give you this and this. I'm like, oh, I don't know what those do, but I want them.
Brad, yes. I don't mean to interrupt you here.
I see you frantically searching for something. What are you doing?
I'm gonna let you finish your story and I'm gonna mute my microphone, but I'm gonna get up because I need to find my phone because I need that for later.
Oh.
I don't know where I put it, and I thought I put it on the table, but I didn't, so I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I'm going to have a little one-on-one time with our podcast listeners. How you guys doing? But, Blade and Soul's really, it's still very early, but I have high hopes for it. And the last time we recorded this, I had complained that it looked horrible. you could count the polygons if you really wanted to. And I found out that for some reason, by default, it switched everything to the lowest settings. So I fixed that, and now it doesn't look too bad. It's at the right resolution. It doesn't look like everything's just, a big mesh of watercolors. So it's not bad. If you're looking for an MMO, then check it out. It's not 10 out of 10. I'd give it like a 7 right now. If you really don't want to take the time of downloading it, then go to Twitch, and you'll see a bunch of people streaming it there.
I found it.
Jacob was standing over my shoulder for a minute, and I was kind of concerned as to what he was doing.
I was just going to come in and say I found it. Alright. Okay, I'm back, everybody. You can all enjoy my company now.
Yes.
Is that how you played this week?
I think so. A little Witcher 1. Just out of nowhere.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Did you ever finish that?
No.
Because I remember you telling me you went back to the first two.
Yeah. Well, as of the time of this recording, I don't know if it's still true by the time you guys will hear this.
Probably not.
But Witcher 2 is free on Xbox 360 right now.
I thought they fixed that problem immediately.
Not as far as, 6 hours ago. As of right now, I can't tell you, but as of 6 hours ago, it was still free.
Mm-hmm.
So, go check it out if you want to get the second Witcher game, which I hear is very good.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, if you just want to play the best one, just go straight to 3.
Yeah, because 3 it's winning awards all over the place.
Yeah.
But Jacob, what have you been playing this week?
2 very quick things, actually. I've been, I can talk about them quick, is, played a lot of GTA Online this week.
You've been heisting stuff?
Random missions, just kind of anything to make money, because I really want a yacht, and I'm very close to getting a yacht. What are you doing?
My mug is confusing me. I'm sorry, continue.
Oh. So yeah, I have 7 million right now, and I think I priced everything out that I wanted to get. I'm getting the most expensive yacht with the gold fittings on it. So instead of having chrome railings, it has gold ones.
Oh.
It's gonna have lights on the side, and Ireland flag, and I'm naming my boat the Big Moist. So.
Going all out, I see.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great thing. You can actually put the name of the boat on the boat. That's why I say that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So at the end, when you put the flag on it, it has the little name your boat thing.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna name it the Big Moist because I think that's funny because I'm a child. But we've actually been playing this one game mode lately that's really fun. It's called Slasher.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah. I guess the best way you could describe it is it's kind of essentially that Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
But
in GTA.
Yeah. One person is the slasher, they have a shotgun, and everyone else just has flashlights. And so, the map starts, and you're a regular map, and then the lights go out. And it's just completely dark.
And the slasher has to walk around trying to find everybody and kill them.
Yeah, and, he has a flashlight and the gun he can use, or he can just look around. It's actually very easy on some of the maps just to see the shadows of people's heads on things. So that's a little pro strat if you're a slasher.
Look for the shadows.
Unless you're playing on the map that's inside... You played the single-player campaign of GTA, right?
Yes.
You know the part where where you're Michael and you have to sneak in underwater into a facility to steal something for the government or whatever.
Yeah, you're in the scuba suit and go through the sewer lines or whatever.
Yeah, and then you have to go through and taser people and stuff. Yeah. In that map, when the lights go out, it's literally pitch black.
Oh Jesus!
The only way you can see going around is if you use the map to go, or you have your flashlight on constantly, which isn't a good idea because then people can see your flashlight.
Yeah, and they just run and hide.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool, actually.
And we always play that map in first person.
Oh.
Just because, you literally, you need to be so ready.
Be 6 inches from your screen to see anything?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Then you just use that little mini map in the corner and you just kind of guide yourself around that way.
It's a very violent game of Marco Polo.
It essentially is, if you really think about it. It's going to be great.
I haven't played GTA a lot recently. I need to get back into it.
Yeah, you do. You need to come be a part of our good times.
Maybe I will.
We also played another game mode last night that was really fun. It's like a relay race.
I haven't heard about this one.
Where there's I guess it could be more if you have more people, but the way we played last night was there was only 4 of us, so there were 2 teams. You're both in cars. They drive around, do their little thing, then come back, then the next 2 go.
Oh, so it's literally...
literally a relay race.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, when you think GTA and some game mode, you immediately add whatever game mode it is, and then guns and explosions, and then...
It's just a relay race.
Okay.
But it's actually, really fun. GTA has, been adding these new game modes and stuff.
Yeah, they've always been very good with their DLC.
You wouldn't think to add them to a game like GTA.
Yeah.
But they're really fun and stuff. Like they have one that's called Hasta La Vista, where like it's one person's in a big truck, and the other people are on motorcycles. So it's like that scene in Terminator 2, hence why it's called Hasta La Vista.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fun. And then what was the other one that I liked a lot? Oh, it was one where one person's in a bus and they have to go over a certain mile per hour, or else if they go under, it explodes, like the movie Speed.
Yeah.
But there's another team of people trying to murder that guy or slow him down somehow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're doing stuff to make that game fun and add more stuff. I'm really excited for when single player DLC is going to come.
Oh, is that confirmed? I heard about that.
Well, I mean, they said something about it like a couple years ago, but now like stuff's ramping up. People are finding stuff in the game files, and
as
the guy
people always do.
Yeah, and the guy who plays Franklin keeps posting pictures on Instagram of him in a mocap suit. So, and like in front of a wall that has a Vice City poster, so you can only assume what he's doing.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've really been not playing but watching is Life is Strange.
Ah.
So I've only watched through the first episode. I started watching the second episode last night and fell asleep, and then slept through until 1 in the afternoon today.
Yeah.
So I can't really talk about episode 2, but episode 1 was really good, and I'm excited to see where that series is going to go. And I will report back.
I've never been a big episodic game fan. I think the only one I've ever seen like from start to finish is The Wolf Among Us.
I really like The Wolf Among Us.
I really did enjoy it too.
The one thing that really screwed me up with The Wolf Among Us was I played the first episode when it came out, and then the second episode didn't come out for the longest time. And that's what kills me with these episodic games, is when like there's a long time between episodes. Because if that is, I'll never go back and play it. Honestly, like I should just keep doing what I've been doing with things, where I wait for like the full season to come out.
That's what a lot of people have been doing recently, is just wait and then do everything at once, which...
I got lucky with The Walking Dead, though, except for some save issue thing, because of... on Xbox, they gave out the first season for free, and then the month later, they gave the second season out on PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So, other than the fact that I won't have my save game go between the two...
You can still play both.
I can still play both seasons, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll ever buy the Telltale, like, episodic games, but I'll certainly watch most of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that I like to watch them better. Like, certain games I'll find myself, like, I need to play it because I like to make my own choices with it. Like, Until Dawn is that kind of game. Even though it's not episodic, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, you walk around, make decisions kind of thing.
And it's like you watch, like, a cutscene. Like, I remember sitting there watching it. I watched random, like, reviews or gameplay of it, and I was like, I want to play this game because I want to make my own choices and see if I can affect the outcome of this. I got really far in that game to almost having everyone alive, but then I started messing up towards the end.
Can you actually save everybody?
You can save everybody, I think, except for one character who dies automatically.
He's just a scripted death.
Yeah.
I always hate that, when they have just scripted deaths.
Although, I don't know, actually. It might be different. I think it's something to do... His death has to do with if you find all the totems in the game.
Oh.
So, I don't know. That's what I heard. I'm not sure, though. I haven't ever watched the 100% Everyone Lives playthrough on YouTube. Somebody already did it. I want to see what that's like. But other than that, that's all I've really been playing this week.
I always have a problem when characters die in games.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, I think, what game was it? Wolfenstein. Where, like, at the very beginning of the game, you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
I stopped the game right there.
You've never finished that game?
Nope, that's as far as I got.
That game's awesome.
That's why I keep hearing. I'm like, it's great. You need to play it. Blah blah blah. I'm like, no.
I think the fact that I like ran into a room with dual machine guns and just murdered a Nazi to death makes that game a 10 out of 10.
Like
I literally I busted through a door. There was a guy standing there. I went, just blew him away.
The shooting mechanics are really cool.
Good.
Yeah, they feel really.
I hope they make a new Wolfenstein.
They probably will.
I mean, they will probably, but I really hope they do. Especially, and I hope Doom takes lessons from Wolfenstein and just makes a cool new Doom game.
I'm excited for the new Doom.
I am as well. I think we talk about this every time Doom comes out, that we're very excited
Probably.
for it.
Probably. So if you don't know already, we're excited for Doom.
Yeah. What was I going to say, though? Like, I really hope, like... Because Wolfenstein basically just is a cool new Wolfenstein game. Mm-hmm. I hope Doom is just a cool new Doom game.
Yeah. I imagine they'll follow in its footsteps and try to do what Wolfenstein did.
Yes.
At least we can hope.
That's all I played this week, though.
Really?
Yeah. I'm slacking this week.
You are slacking. It's coming up in your performance review.
Yeah. I'm gonna get fired off my own podcast that I started. Because my performance isn't up to par.
Yeah. You've really been, you've been letting the team down.
Yeah. You know what? I might as well just go clear out my locker now.
Yeah.
So,
Your dog is going insane on the table, by the way.
I know.
I've been petting him for like 20 minutes.
I have no clue what he's doing. He's been going back and forth. He's rubbed my leg 3 times and scared me.
Yes.
Keep thinking he's like a gremlin or something.
He is the unannounced third podcast host.
Yeah, he's the mascot of the podcast.
Can we get a character for him too? A little pixel character?
I'll hit up somebody about that.
Okay. It's coming soon, TM. Can you... All right. Let's go.
Can we get into the news? No.
Yes.
Brad, why don't you read me that news you got there?
All right.
Don't forget the stories that you forgot last time.
I won't. So I'll do those right now, actually, right at the top of the show, because they're the 2 fastest stories.
Yes.
So Heroes of the Storm, little game, might have heard of it.
No, I never have. What is it?
Yeah. They're getting 2 new heroes. They've been teasing them for a while. People have been trying to find out who they are. They found a staff texture in the game a while back. It's like, oh, one of them's going to be a mage. Turns out they're right. It's going to be the mage from Diablo 3 and the necromancer from Diablo 2. And a lot of people are very excited about that because those are some of the most iconic characters of the Diablo franchise. So they're looking to be really cool. As far as I know, we don't know a release date yet or anything like that. But it's cool that we're going to get more heroes because that's really where that game struggles, is its hero.
You know, if you stop petting him, he'll just go away.
I'm not even petting him at this point. He's just sitting at my feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like making noises. He's weirding me out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Sorry.
2 new heroes, the necromancer from Diablo 2 and the mage from Diablo 3. Which is nice. They seem to be speeding up their hero development because we just got another hero. We got Greymane, which is a Worgen. So he's pretty cool.
I'll play that game when they had the monkey from Overwatch.
Oh, I wouldn't imagine it's too long. We're already getting what's her name from Overwatch? The poster girl, Tracer.
Yeah.
So she's coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, Overwatch will very soon be into Heroes.
Do you have
of the
to
Storm.
Pay for the heroes in that game?
You can buy them with gold or cash, but
Okay.
they have a free hero rotation.
How much are they in cash?
Just
curious.
Probably I think it's like $8 or $9.
Oh.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But the gold isn't terribly hard to earn.
Right.
And when you're starting out, when you get to max level, then gold becomes a giant pain to get. But until then, it's usually pretty good. But yeah, 2 new heroes, Necromancer, Mage. If you played Diablo 2 but stopped playing Blizzard games after that, maybe check out Heroes. Be tapping into that nostalgia.
So I have a question about Diablo because I've always been curious because the guy on the cover looks like the devil. Is
Yes.
that just about fighting the devil?
Yes, you're fighting Diablo. Well, it depends. Diablo 2, yes. Diablo 3, yes. And then the expansion, Reaper of Souls, you're fighting Death.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah. He's, which a lot of people have been asking for him to be added because he's a really cool character. I can't pronounce his name. It's like Mathiel or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably some weird, like, ancient word they had for death.
Yeah, he's really, really cool.
Oh, that's kind of awesome. I've never really known that about Diablo. Like, I've just seen the guy on the cover. I'm like, oh, they're fighting like a demon or something.
Yep, you're fighting him and all his like generals or whatever.
And clickers from The Last of Us if
Yes,
you play on PS4.
Yes, and the clickers. I hate those things.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Another game I never finished.
Why?
Because I don't finish anything.
That game is fantastic.
I start everything and never finish it.
The ending of it leaves much to be desired, but...
That's what I keep hearing.
See, what I hate about the ending of it, and I'm not going to go into specifics because I really want you to finish this game one day,
Okay.
is it turns into that typical, like, video game, let's murder everything.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, and, like, they throw, like, waves and everything. You're like, it would have been nice if it was just a nice, quiet ending for that game. Because that's the way it was going for so long. But let's get into the next story.
All right, so the next one is Black Desert Online. I think we talked about this a few episodes ago when it was first coming for a beta release in the West.
We might have. I don't remember this game, though.
So it's another MMO. Another Korean MMO, actually.
North or South?
I believe it's South.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, though. Maybe the North is getting
Maybe
into the gaming
Kim
scene.
made this.
Yeah.
They have their own pop group now.
Do they?
Yeah. They made a video where they blew up the U.S., but really just blew up Earth.
Ah.
So...
Never ceases to amaze me.
I guess they technically won.
They won the battle.
Yeah.
But Black Desert Online, they've boasted for a while that they have the most extensive character creation of any game.
Right.
And I always thought it was just one of those things, like, companies always do this kind of thing, right? They always say they have the best. So they put out the character creation software out for free download on their website.
Much like Spore did back in the day.
Yes. So I was curious, I checked that out, and holy God is it extensive. There's literally not one thing in the character you cannot change.
Really?
Yes. It is completely customizable. It is insane. So if you like this character creation stuff, check this out. You can go to their website, and they have it for download. They said they did this to hold over players until the launch of the game.
Let's throw that into GTA 5 instead of having to pick your parents.
Yeah. Like, if you want to... Like Fallout 4 is considered a really good character creation.
Yeah.
This is even more extensive than that.
I mean, it's good in the fact of it's simple.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think it's not as extensive. Well, it's more extensive than 3, but it's not as extensive as, like, say, Saints Row 4.
I like to think of it as a nice fusion between, like, Fallout 4 and, say, some of the WWE games, where you can go, like, crazy with it. You can do the same thing in Black Desert Online.
They've ruined the character creator in WWE, but I know what you're talking about. Like, back in, like, SmackDown versus Raw, like, 2011 or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, if you enjoy the character creation stuff, definitely check it out. I'll put a link to the download in the description, so you can check that out. You don't have to go searching for it. I'm looking out for you guys. But those are the two quick ones. So after that, another throwback to the story we talked about a while ago was the Pokken Tournament game. We had theorized that it was getting a Western release, but we weren't entirely sure.
No, I think we were sure. We just didn't know
We didn't know a date.
Yeah.
But now we know a date. It's coming out March 18th, and it's coming with a controller. Very simple controller, though. It's just the D-pad and the 4, like, buttons, like every controller's ever had, like the A, X, Y, B.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they're called that.
Whatever the Nintendo equivalent of that is.
They have, start, select, and they have 2 other buttons called ZL and ZR.
Which we found out yesterday after some Googling.
Yes.
That it is, in fact, just the triggers.
Or
the bumpers, I guess.
Which have really weird placement because they aren't placed like bumpers.
Right.
They look like just little small start, select buttons right next to start and select. So I don't know what that's for. But
I wonder where the other triggers are. Are there no other triggers on?
I didn't see any other triggers on there. All I saw was
maybe only the bumpers do something then.
Maybe.
The triggers on a Wii U gamepad leave a lot to be desired.
Do they? I've never used a Wii U gamepad.
They're not like... I've used them sparingly.
I always use a controller.
But whenever I've used it, like the triggers aren't like how triggers are like on other systems where they go in, like, sort of thing. Like, it's not like a push in sort of thing. It's like a click.
Yeah.
So it's like you hit it and it's like a little click. So I guess it's nice because it's a little bit faster, but it doesn't feel good. Just because I'm used to other triggers, I guess.
Well, hopefully this will, you can use this for other things other than just Pokken Tournament. So if this controller turns out to be...
I would think not, because it just has a D-pad on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have any joysticks or
Maybe
anything.
if there's other fighting games on that system, you can probably use it for it, like how most of like the Street Fighter controllers are on like Xbox.
Yeah, that's what this kind of looked like to me. Was a like a Street Fighter or
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat like gamepad. But when this got announced, we also found out another fighter. Chandelure was announced as a fighter, which turns out I don't know who this was, but it's based on a chandelier.
Yeah, they have Pokemons based on everything now. Yeah. They have one that's a literal pile of trash.
I stopped following after the original 151. But I played... Well, that's not entirely true. I knew them all up until 151, but I played the games up until Sapphire. Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire.
Yeah, I stopped at Diamond and Pearl.
I didn't get that far. My brothers still play every release, but I don't have a system for it
It's mainly
anymore.
just because I don't have a DS anymore. Like,
yeah,
after Diamond and Pearl, my DS broke.
Oh, I still have the original. That big, tanky, gray one.
My cousin has that, and I've played on it before. And, I don't know what's wrong with that thing. The screen is, weird. It's tinted.
Mine not.
It's really dark.
Oh, mine's not.
I don't know, but it's all about the XL on that thing. I used to have the XL, and I dropped it after Diamond and Pearl came out.
It's one of the things I've been debating buying is because I've always wanted to get back into Pokemon, but I don't have a DS, and I can't justify spending $300 on one or however much they cost. I think it's $200.
Yeah, I think if you go for a 2DS, they're I think they're cheaper for a 2DS.
Yeah,
and you get ones that come with Pokemon.
Those are $100. Oh yeah, I think we talked about that last episode. Was the special editions for red, blue, and I think it was yellow.
Oh man, I remember they used to have a yellow 3DS that had Pikachu on it.
Yeah,
that I really wanted because it looked cool.
I still have the original yellow game, the Game Boy.
I love yellow so much.
I think I have yellow, silver, and I have gold too. I think, but I need to change the internal battery on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the news. A game you're excited for.
Yes.
The Division.
Yes.
Its beta is coming. It was announced.
Yes.
Are you playing it on Xbox One or PlayStation 4?
Xbox One.
Well, lucky you, because it's a timed exclusive for Xbox One.
If I didn't have friends that were getting it on Xbox One, I wouldn't be playing on Xbox One. I'd get it on PS4.
Yeah, so it's coming on January 28th. That's for Xbox people.
Right.
And it ends on January 31st. Now, everybody else, PlayStation 4 and PC, get to play it on January 29th. They get it one day after Xbox.
Yes.
So not that big of an advantage, but when the beta is only 3 days, any advantage is a big advantage.
See, I don't know if I'm going to pre-order this. I don't know if I'm going to get into this beta.
Yeah, I don't... That's another thing, is you are guaranteed a spot if you pre-order The Division. But otherwise, you have to go to their website and sign up and hope you get a key. Which is, this game is pretty popular, so I don't think you're going to...
I mean, that happened to me with Rainbow Six Siege. I got a key, so...
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe.
Oh, the third option, if you want to do that, maybe you don't have an Xbox bundle yet. They're selling an Xbox bundle with The Division. It's a 1 terabyte console, and you get a download code. That's available on March 8th.
Really?
Yes.
Did they say pricing for that?
No. But I imagine it's going to be the same price as all the other bundles.
Yeah, but the 1 terabyte one, the 1 terabyte's what might ruin that.
Do they not make anything other than 1 terabytes anymore? Because I thought that was just the standard.
I don't know. They might be phasing out the 500 gigabyte, but
500 gigs is way too small.
Especially on theirs, because I don't know what is going on with their OS, but for some reason it takes up like so much space. Like I remember when I first got my Xbox, I only had like 328 gigabytes.
Yeah, I had a terabyte, and I started with I think want to say 720 gigs.
I'm gonna buy a 2 terabyte external drive for $100 for that thing.
Yeah, thank God hard drives are so cheap. But the beta is going to start off with some story-driven missions. This is all according to Ubisoft. And then it's going to move into the Dark Zone, as they're calling it, which is a team-based area and allows for both competitive and cooperative play.
So it's kind of like the Destiny beta, the way that ran.
Yes.
Because they had their little story missions on Earth, and then they had the multiplayer arena stuff.
Oh, yeah, almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. This game is, it interests me, but I don't want to pre-order it just to get a beta.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, right, is if I was going to get it, I was probably just going to buy it on the Xbox itself.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing this whole thing where I want to go this whole digital future, where I don't want boxes and games anymore in my room.
I love boxes.
I already have too many boxes already. Because the last game I bought on box was Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and that's one too many.
I have... I don't have that many Xbox One discs. I only have maybe 8 or 9.
Like, even during that whole month of just games coming out every week, all the games I bought were digital. Actually, except for Call of Duty. I forgot Call of Duty was part of that month.
Yeah.
Like, Fallout I bought digitally. Just Cause I bought digitally. I forget what else came out.
Star Wars?
Star Wars I bought digitally.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I have Fallout on disc. I have Star Wars Battlefront on disc. I don't know. I love discs. I know it sucks if they get scratched or all this other stuff.
See, that's what I'm liking to try to avoid. Was I remember last generation when all my discs got scratched, or somehow the Xbox Drive would just cut a huge circle into it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to avoid that. Like, nothing can really go wrong with a digital game.
Yeah, in a perfect world, I would have 2. I'd have a digital game to play off of and a disc to look at the art, because I love the disc and box art for these games.
Also, I just figure that if the system's going to install the full game anyway, I might as well just have it to where I don't have to get up and grab a disc.
Yeah.
Because that's such a dumb feature of that system.
It is.
Both of them, actually.
But yeah, if you're looking forward to The Division, beta coming on the 28th for Xbox, 29th for everybody else, and ends the 31st. Check it out. Bayonetta 2 is also on the news doc.
Ooh.
We talked about it as Bayonetta as a Smash Bros. Character now.
She's getting an amiibo.
She is getting an amiibo. But Bayonetta 2 is getting a re-release of sorts.
Right.
So as it stands right now, the only way to get Bayonetta 2 is if you buy the bundle with Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2, and that costs $60. Mm-hmm. But they said that's kind of stupid.
In the grand Nintendo tradition, the price never went down.
Yes. Nintendo doesn't like lowering prices. But they decided that was stupid, so they're now releasing Bayonetta 2 in and of itself. So you can finally buy just Bayonetta 2, and that's it.
I think you could buy just Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo eShop.
Well, from what I was able to gather, is in almost anywhere else, you could buy them as separate entities.
Yeah.
But for some reason here in the United States of America, the US of A, you had to buy both. I don't know why, but you had to buy both. So it's gonna be released on disc on February 19th, and it's gonna cost $30.
That's not bad.
No.
But that implies to me that Bayonetta 1 is worth $30 at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Would you agree that Bayonetta 1 is worth $30?
I mean, it's a good game, but it's old as hell.
I've never played Bayonetta.
I want to say like Bayonetta 1 came out in like 2009.
Have I played Bayonetta? Did I just lie?
You might have played Bayonetta.
I don't remember.
It all those kind of games bleed together for me.
Yeah, I don't.
Like what's the other one that's like that? Devil May Cry.
That I know I've never played.
And all those kind of like character action games, they bleed together for me.
Yeah. So if you don't want none of the original hairdo, you only want the new funky Bayonetta 2 hairdo, you can now buy that separately.
Where she has short hair?
Yes.
I don't know why I don't like short hair on women, but I kind of like it on Bayonetta.
There's an exception to every rule. Here's another exception to the rule of $60 game prices, Hitman has gone telltale on us. They're now doing episodic releases. So if you remember a few days ago, probably about a week ago now,
right,
everybody flipped out because they canceled all the pre-orders for Hitman. And they said, don't worry, it's just some restructuring. That was a bit of an understatement.
Yeah.
They've changed entirely how the game is being released. So before it was, $35 you get like a base package.
Which was the 3 maps that they're talking about releasing now.
So the way it is now is you can buy what are they calling it? I believe it's called the Hitman entry pack, intro pack.
Yes.
So you get the Paris level and the prologue, and you get it for $15. So all the additional locations after that are going to cost $10. But if you
that's a little much, I think.
Yeah. So, but if that's what you think, and you like Hitman, right?
I like Hitman, and I know that like these maps are going to be super detailed, and like there's going to be a lot of stuff to it. Like, I think like 10 for one location is a little much. I'm curious how big the maps are, though. That's the thing. Like,
I don't think they've said, but we can only hope.
What I've seen of gameplay of that game is that the Paris thing seems to be he's at a fashion show.
Yeah.
And he kills somebody at a fashion show. Like, I don't know, though. There might be other hits around Paris.
So if you don't want to do this whole $10 thing, because maybe you think, like Jacob, that $10 is ridiculous for a single map, you can spend $60 and just get the whole thing. And you get everything.
So you can just spend the money like a regular game and just get the whole thing?
Yes. I guess they figured that this was a better way to do it, because the way they were structuring it before was like, oh, we want to give you a little, like, maybe dip your toes in. But as Jacob and I had said the last time this came up, at $35 is kind of expensive for a dipping your toes in kind of experience. Where $15 is much more reasonable. So literally you get the prologue and a Paris level. So by then you have a feel for the game. And you go, all right, I like this. I'll buy the rest of it.
I'm probably just going to spend the 60.
I feel like a lot of people will.
Because, like, I know I like Hitman, and this new Hitman looks insane. Yep. So I think I'm just going to spend the 60 and just go for it.
Yeah, so the way it goes now is... Let's see here. Let me find the other locations. Italy is going to be in April. Morocco is going to be in May. And then there's going to be other locations like Thailand, the US, and Japan, and the season's going to end in Japan later in 2016.
All right.
So apparently there are also going to be weekly live events and, quote, additional planned content.
Yeah, apparently every week there's going to be a new hit that's only for that week. Yes. And once that week's up, you can't do that hit ever again.
And that's going to be released between those monthly updates. That way you still have stuff to do while you're waiting for the next map to come out.
They're essentially making Hitman into like a sort of online experience, but it's not really like a multiplayer thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like patch notes for an MMO, but in Hitman.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of like a it's like leaderboard based instead of being like active multiplayer.
Yeah. So if you're like me and you like the discs version of games, the disc version of the game is going to ship during the end of 2016.
Yeah, because then everything will be out.
Yes.
By then.
So if you,
I was surprised. I thought that game was on disc anyway. I didn't know it. I didn't know until this news came out that it was only digital to begin with.
Yeah, it's only digital to begin with until the whole thing is released. Then they're shipping the disc.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be at a discounted price or just going to come out at the 60.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I would think that they would release it as somewhat of a game of the year edition or a complete edition sort of thing. So
probably. They
could release it for 60 if they wanted to, which would make sense. But maybe if you want to give some sort of value to buying it on disc.
Yeah, but they've never done that in the past.
See, that wouldn't make any sense either, because it would be cheaper for the people to just buy things digitally then, too.
Because then you don't have to print the discs, you don't have to ship them, and
Now I have a problem with this pricing method.
Now that Jacob's thought about it, he has a problem.
No, I've never had a problem with buying a $60 game digitally, although I can't wait till the future when digital takes over, and then they're like, well, now games, if you buy them digitally, are $45, and if you buy them on discs,
I'll be sad when discs are gone.
Well, yeah.
But
I'd be sad for convenience, to where you don't have to leave your house to buy a game again.
I mean, yeah, it does. Well, I never have to leave my house anyway. Just buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee you're going to get it day one.
Yeah, I don't care about day ones, though.
I do, because I don't like spoilers for things. Like, especially
that's where you and I differ. Is I've never cared about spoilers.
Yeah.
Whereas you're more of
unless it's like a multiplayer game. Like, I don't like if I... Actually, no, I do kind of care about a multiplayer game, too, because I don't want to be too far behind.
I somehow managed to avoid spoilers for Halo 5 for months. Which was really surprising, because that was one of the games... Like, I didn't actively try to avoid them, I just never ran into them.
Yeah, I didn't know until you told me what happened in it.
Yeah, it's, Yeah, you don't play the Halo games anyway, right? You don't,
well,
you like the story, but you don't play the games.
I've played all of them up till 4, so...
Yeah.
I guess I technically do play them, but I don't really like them that much. I like the story.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's a great part of the Halo. It's arguably what differentiates Halo from Call of Duty at this point.
The story in Call of Duty is pretty good.
Well,
It's pretty good for like a hey, this is a dumb action movie.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Pretty much. So the next story is going to be Blade and Soul. And that's just that it came out on the 19th. And what got me interested is the way Polygon described it. And it's, quote, a kung fu-focused massive multiplayer game.
Right.
Which, now that I've played it, is wildly inaccurate. Because there was one class called Kung Fu Master, and that's it. The rest of it's just normal combat with an MMO style. So I don't know why they thought it was kung fu-focused. And the way the voice actor in the game says kung fu is... She says, kung fu.
Oh, so it's some nice Just Cause 3 level voice acting.
Yes. A lot of the dub in the game is very, very poor.
Bad, but good bad.
Yes. So they gave out 2 epic difficulty dungeons for the players at level 45 cap. So they gave you some new content if you're at max, which is surprising because the game's only been out a couple days.
Well,
and this is for like everybody because it's been in Taiwan, Japan, and all these other regions for quite a while now.
A lot of times people will buy games that like they think are cool that are foreign and just play them.
Yeah.
So you could, I assume, migrate.
A lot of the JRPGs are done this way.
Yeah, or like what is it? I think they made a new Phantasy Star Online, and I've heard people just. It's never come to the U.S. It's only been in Japan. I've heard just people buying it.
Yeah.
And just playing it.
If you're a fan of a series, you find a way to get the games.
Yeah.
So the 2 dungeons of the Black Ram Supply Chain and the East Fleet Supply Chain, they have a normal and hard difficulties. I haven't done dungeon yet, so I'm excited to see what those are like. There's also going to be special 24-man raid modes, with you get prizes and you can spin a wheel. Rewards, which I thought this was funny, so I included this in here. They include new hairstyles, outfits, weapons, and accessories. So the weapons and accessories are understandable. You actually can get new hairstyles and outfits, which I thought was really, really funny. So yeah,
it's better than making you buy them.
Yeah, which is, and I mean honestly, I've been playing the game for a couple hours now, and I've never once been thought, oh, I'm at such a disadvantage because I can't buy anything.
Right.
So I mean that's a really good sign so far. Well, I'll report weekly and tell you my feelings on the game. But when this announcement came out of the 2 new dungeons, they also said they have a bunch of new plans over the next few months, a bunch of dungeons, and a new class. So I'm not going to go into all the dungeons because that would take forever, but I will tell you the new class is going to be a Warlock. So, yeah, apparently people who played this back in 2012 in the East have said for a very long time they want a range class.
The Beast in the East.
Yeah, so they decided, all right, we'll do a Warlock. But I'll put a link to the full article in the description, so if you want to read everything about the new dungeons and you really want to get into this game, I will provide that for you.
That's interesting.
But one last thing to mention about this is about the developer, not the game.
Oh, okay.
Is that they're taking this in a different direction to most MMOs. Is they are focusing on esports, which is, I feel like, a common theme for games these days. So they've actually already had a World Championships? Between Korea, China, Japan, and Taiwan. The prize pool is $40,000, which for a first World Championship is not bad at all. Right. Go back and look at like League of Legends Season 1 championships, and holy God, are they not impressive.
They're not?
No, it's like a bunch of guys in folding chairs, and 2 casters with like mics barely, like just... It's
like if we were just sitting at this table.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've been following League since Season 1, so I mean, I've seen the progression, and this is not too far off from where League started. So if they continue to support it the way they've been doing it, it's looking to be an esport. So that'd be pretty cool to have an MMO be an esport. Because right now the only one is WoW, and that's not very successful because it's not fun to watch if you don't play the game.
You know what I hate about video games when it comes to fighting in them? Is that, like, it's, mainly if you're using, like, swords.
Yeah.
Or even fists, I guess, technically. There's no real, like, cool, like, sword fight. It's kind of like you just hit people multiple times.
Then you're going to want to check this out, because there are some really cool, like, interactions between the fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, it just looks really cool to attack things.
There's, like, actual cool blocking, too, like, in sword fights.
Like, as an assassin, I can do, like, a substitution, where if I time it right and they swing at me, I turn into a log and teleport behind them.
What?
Yeah, it's really, like I don't know if you watch any, like, anime, but if you've seen Naruto,
yes,
the substitution jutsu, it's literally that. Where you turn into a log and you teleport behind them and you can start attacking again. It's actually really, really cool. So you might want to check this out. And last time we recorded this, you asked if you could run it on your laptop.
Yeah.
I did some digging, and they have a low-end PC setting.
Oh.
So it'll optimize it to your system so you can run the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Actually, most games should do that.
Yeah, so if you're...
Some games can't, but...
Yeah, some games just can't do that.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in this game, then yes, it's even for you people without gaming computers. Almost anybody can run this game. But that's enough about Blade and Soul.
Right.
Now it's Mortal Kombat. More fighting.
Mortal Kombat. Like, alright, so you remember the announcement trailer for Mortal... You remember the announcement trailer for Mortal Kombat X?
Yes.
There was that sweet fight between Sub-Zero and Scorpion?
Yes.
And they're like blocking and stuff. Like, fighting games aren't like that. I wish they were.
No, they never are.
I wish there would be a sweet fight.
Well, maybe with VR there will be.
You know what I wish? I wish movies would have fight scenes like the fight scenes in Man of Steel.
We can only hope.
Yes.
But Mortal Kombat X, which was launched in April of 2015, is getting a relaunch in March. It's now being called Mortal Kombat XL. Extra large.
That's great.
Yes. So this re-release is going to include all the game's downloadable content, with the characters, the skins, the movesets, everything. It's going to include everything from the Combat Pack 1, which is already out, and the Combat Pack 2, which is coming soon. Both of these packs have costed $30, but we don't know the price of the special edition yet. It's going to launch in March 1st in North America, March 4th in Europe, both online and in stores. However, it's important to note that Windows PC was not mentioned when they announced it. Only PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Probably because I would assume the PC version didn't do very well for that game.
Did it not?
I mean,
I don't think PC has ever done well for fighting games.
No, it never usually does, even though they have, the ports are usually pretty good. There was some problems with the port of Mortal Kombat X, but I think eventually they fixed all that. And it sold, I'm sure decent, but not as good as the consoles. I just had a weird sort of burp mid thing in the middle of that.
I feel like any screw up with a port on a fighting game makes so much more of a difference.
Yeah.
Because they get down to like counting frames.
Yeah.
They get so into this game.
Latency is such a problem for the fighting game community, especially when you like play online and stuff, which is becoming like the future way of doing things.
Yeah, because everybody there are very few casual fighting game players. They'll go in, Mortal Kombat's a pretty good example. They'll go in, they'll play the story. And that's about it.
That's pretty much what I would do.
Yeah, those are the casual people. But a lot of people are very, very into it, where they want to be as competitive as possible.
Like, I remember doing that with Injustice. Like,
yeah.
I bought Injustice just because I wanted to see the story, because, me, I'm a huge DC Comics nerd. Or comics nerd in general, I guess. But I wanted to play the story of that, and I beat the story in, one night, so I just kind of, button mashed my way through the fighting, just to get through the cutscenes.
Yeah. That's how I am in fighting games, is I just button mash.
Yeah.
But my younger brother is a much bigger fighting game fan than I am. Mm. But, yeah. So if you just want to jump on the Mortal Kombat train now, maybe wait for the pricing announcement on this new edition, and maybe this will be your entry point.
It'll probably be, if I had to guess, it would probably be $60.
Yeah, which...
It would be, because it's essentially a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think $60 is unreasonable for this, because...
Yeah.
It's $30 for each of the DLC packs, which that alone, I think is... I don't know. I'm judging prematurely here. I don't know what's in these combat packs, but $30 for a DLC sounds really expensive.
I forget who the other 3 characters in the first combat pack are, but Jason's in the first combat pack.
So you get 4 characters?
Yeah, you get 4 characters in each combat pack. The second one, I know, has Leatherface and the Xenomorph, and 2... one of the robots for, Cyrax.
100-foot robot golf?
Yeah, one of the robots from 100-foot Robot Golf. No,
right.
Cyrax or one of the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's another character in the combat pack, but it's 4 characters for each combat pack.
$30 seems really expensive to me, but I mean that's $60 in DLC alone, and you get the base game. So if they charge $60 for that, I think that's fine.
I mean, I'm sure it's more expensive if you buy each character individually. There's only 3 characters.
Can you buy each character individually?
Yeah, you can. They sell them individually, and they sell them in this the combat pack is basically like a season pass.
Huh.
But you can buy them individually.
Oh, that's pretty
I would
cool.
only buy the 3 characters that I want, which are Jason, the Xenomorph, and Leatherface.
So 2 out of number 2 and 1 out of 1.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty cool.
But with this version, if it's $60,
yeah.
I mean, I want to get Mortal Kombat anyway. Plus, I'll have everything at that point.
Maybe I'll get it as a gift to my younger brother. He doesn't listen to this podcast, so I don't.
Maybe I'll get it to play with my friend Matt.
But we'll have to wait till pricing gets announced. But that is the end of the news. A lot of fighting games, 2 MMOs, Mortal Kombat, a lot of punching and kicking in this episode.
Yeah. Speaking of punching and kicking, time to get into the universe's favorite new game show.
Do I have to punch and kick things?
Yeah, actually, that's the thing. We've added a physical round to World That Suck.
Fantastic.
And now it's kind of like Fear Factor. You're gonna have to eat bugs next week.
Oh
and,
god. As long as there's no spiders. I hate spiders.
Oh, there was an episode of Fear. You know what Fear Factor is, right? There was an episode of Fear Factor I watched one time where they had to eat like these live like spider things.
Oh.
They looked like spiders. I don't know what they were, but they had to eat it and they were alive. Oh no!
There's only 3 things I don't like. I don't like spiders. I don't like heights, and I don't like boats.
I don't like heights either.
I don't think if you like heights, you're weird. I'm sorry. You're not natural.
I would go skydiving though. I think.
Well,
just for the experience.
I wouldn't. God no. I feel like I'd be the one person whose chute wouldn't open.
Yeah, you'd be that guy.
Everyone's like, oh, that's only 1 in 256,000 or whatever. Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna be that one guy.
I'm gonna be that 256,000.
Yeah, that's my luck.
Anyway, let's get into Well, That Sucked. Welcome to Well, That Sucked. The way the game works is simple. I give Brad 3 randomly selected games, and he has to tell me which one is the lowest rated according to Metacritic. I can give him no help, besides a brief description of the game, if Brad asks for it. Brad, are you ready?
Yes.
Round 1.
Round 1.
Let's see if you can figure out the theme of this one. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
I think I know where this is going.
Drive Club.
Oh, driving games.
Forza Horizon.
Okay. Now, I haven't played any of these.
Really?
Nope. The only Forza I played was that Fast and Furious reskin.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yes.
Forza Horizon is essentially that, but it has a bigger map than that and more cars.
Okay, that was
because they only use cars from the Fast and Furious movies and that.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. So I imagine Forza did pretty well, and Forza's always been a big name in the driving community.
Yeah.
First one was Need for Speed, and what was the second one?
Drive Club.
Drive Club. Oh, I'm gonna go with Drive Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're locking that in.
I'm locking it in.
You're correct.
Yeah, I figured.
Can you tell me what Drive Club was rated?
I'm gonna go with a 78.
71.
I'll get it one day.
The second was Forza Horizon with an 85, and the first one was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit with an 88.
Have I ever got that right? I don't think I've ever gotten the...
No, you did one time on Metal Gear Solid 5.
I'm surprised you remember that. 'Cause I don't.
No, it wasn't Metal Gear. I forget what it was. I think it was week 1.
Somebody email us and tell me if I've ever.
If I go back to week 1, I'll remember because you did it on week 1.
Because I want to feel. Like
it was on Peace Walker.
Peace Walker.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. I knew it was a Metal Gear game.
That
was right on that one.
I played that.
Round 2.
Round 2.
See if you can figure out the theme of this one. This is such a long title for the first one.
Oh god.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 Full Burst.
Shippuden?
Is it Shippuden?
Shippuden.
I hear people say Shippuden.
Yeah, I hear Shippuden and I hear Naruto. I hate when people say Naruto. Because the character says his name. I hate it.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said it right.
Oh, I said Naruto?
Yeah, you said it. Okay. I think you did anyway. It's like, I have that problem with Mario, too. They say Mario.
That's mainly people from New York who do that.
Yeah, New York and New Jersey. Like, I get that's a cultural thing, but when the character says it's a me Mario, his name's Mario, guys. Come on.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Cool.
Attack on Titan Humanity in Chains.
So, anime fighting games.
I don't know if Attack on Titan is a fighting game, but...
if you can make an Attack on Titan game that isn't fighting, then congratulations.
Well, you fight Titans. I don't think you fight other players.
I mean,
my point is it was anime games. That was what I was going for.
Alright, so I haven't played that particular Naruto game. My brother has, but I haven't.
I looked up Naruto, or whatever. Naruto.
At least that's my pronunciation. Fight me if you pronounce it.
I thought you said that's how you say it wrong.
No, Naruto is how
Naruto.
Yes.
I believe that, I looked it up and that was the first one that came up. And it was so long.
Surprisingly, there have been a lot of games. I think I have 3 of them.
I assume Ultimate Ninja Storm is its own series.
Yes, there were a few on the 360. I want to say maybe one before that, and there's been a few in the on the newer. Actually, I don't think there have been any on Xbox One.
Huh.
I think now they're mostly PC Steam releases.
There's been a Dragon Ball one.
Has there?
New one.
Oh yeah, Xenoverse. I have that.
It was in your top 5 of the year.
It was. All right. Well, out of pure bias, I don't want to go with Naruto. All the Dragon Ball games are pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed them, but I enjoyed the series, so maybe I'm
I don't
biased.
know if this will color your thinking of it, but the Attack on Titan game was on 3DS.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, no, that doesn't really change my... Whenever I try to figure out a formula, I always get it wrong, so I figure just go with my gut instinct. Mm-hmm. My gut instinct is Attack on Titan. Because, one, that's the only series I haven't seen, so I have no biased opinion of it.
Right.
And, I'm going to go with Attack on Titan.
You're right.
Ah!
Jesus, what the hell was that?
I'm so happy we're recording this episode, because last recording I completely flunked, and this time I'm doing well.
Can you tell me what Attack on Titan was rated?
75.
Giving it way too much credit. 46.
Oh, Jesus!
And
I didn't think it was that bad.
And there was kind of a brain teaser in this that I didn't tell you about.
Oh, God.
2 of the games were rated the same thing. Naruto and Dragon Ball were both a 73.
I was going to say, there's no way either of those got a 40, so...
No, you're right.
I'm proud of myself this time.
Okay.
And just so nobody thinks we're cheating, last recording, he did Telltale games. And what was the second round? The second round was Telltale, or first round was Telltale, second was...
I forget what the second round was, and the last round was snowboarding.
Yeah, snowboarding. And I flunked every round. So
yeah.
These are all new games.
Yeah.
We're not cheating.
I erased everything from the last one, so I don't know what they were. Yeah. So I just made I just erased it. Okay, round 3.
Round 3.
See if you can figure out the theme of this one.
That one was horrible.
Yeah, it was. Max Payne 3.
Okay.
Wet. Enter the Matrix.
Wet? That's a title?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Games where you shoot in slow motion is the...
What is Wet?
Wet was... It's kind of like Max Payne, but the aesthetic was very grindhousey. It's like these old movies in the 70s that were exploitation that were... They would get moved around from city to city, so like the print would get all scratched up and crappy. And so that's what the way the game looks. It has like little like lines through the print and stuff and like missing scenes. I'm
going to go with Wet because this sounds awful. I'm not even going to think about this one.
You're not even going to think it's the one based on a movie? Nope,
I'm going with Wet. Just because I don't even believe that's a game.
I'll show you the game after.
Okay.
It was actually pretty fun. I liked it. You're wrong.
Ah!
It was Enter the Matrix.
Was it?
Yeah, can you tell me when Enter the Matrix was rated?
Well, it's a movie game, so it's probably awful. 53.
62.
Okay, that was close.
It's
9 off.
Wet was a 69. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And Max Payne was the highest rated, obviously, with an 86.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't Max Payne, so...
You won.
Yeah, I did. I'm
you
kind
won
of proud of
this micro
myself.
SD card. I don't know what's on it. There might be dirty pictures. Enjoy.
Oh, great. Can only wait.
Brad?
Yes.
Read me...
The spiel?
The spiel.
Da spiel.
Da spiel.
I want to get a Photoshop picture of the rules from Fairy Odd Parents and just put the spiel on it.
Ah, that'd be good.
Alright, so if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that through email. You do that at completewithdoc@gmail.com. Send us an email. We want to hear what you're thinking. You have questions, complaints, concerns, maybe you just want to have a chat. Anything's welcome. If you want us to read the email on the air, make sure you specify that. And if you want anything omitted, make sure you specify that as well. If it's directed to one of us specifically, let me know and I'll pass it along to Jacob because I'm probably going to be the one thumbing through the emails. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that. We're complete with DLC at everything. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitch when we get a streaming setup, which will be soon, TM.
Trademark?
Yes.
Are you saying trademark?
Yeah, it's a Blizzard thing. They always say soon, and it's never, ever soon. Like, soon for them means like 4 months. So yeah, Twitch and Twitter, complete with DLC. We're on YouTube. That's where all the episodes get uploaded, usually the day after they get on the RSS feed. Speaking of RSS feed, that's SoundCloud. You can get it direct from the source there. If you don't want to get it from SoundCloud, you can get it on iTunes and Stitcher, and hopefully soon Google Play whenever they answer our damn email.
Whenever they start their service.
Yeah, seriously, Google, what are you doing? Come on. You're supposed to save podcasting. What have you been up to?
You're the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So yeah, leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. We'd love to hear your feedback. We take all of it into consideration, and we're trying to improve with every episode, because if you haven't known by now, we're clueless.
Absolutely the dumbest people you'll ever listen to.
Yes. And if you're listening this far on episode, was this 13, 14?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you still here?
I think it's.
I thank you, but
I think it's 13.
I think so. It's probably on the show notes.
Jeez.
Nice. Make more noise. It's fine.
It's 13.
Okay, great. That's probably wrong, by the way.
Probably.
So yeah, shoot us an email, completewithdlc@gmail.com, or on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Jacob, if they want to get in touch with you, because we all know you're the favorite co-host of this podcast.
Peel's champion.
Yes, The Rock.
Can you smell what Jacob Griffin is cooking?
Where can they get in touch with you?
They can find me on any single social media ever made.
Including Peach.
Not including Peach.
Oh, well, I mean, then you're false advertising here, Jacob.
All the ones that matter. How's that? It's JGriff. ITSJAYGRIFF. Follow me. Love me.
His preferred form of contact is MySpace.
Yes, you're right. Beam me.
And
if you
AIM.
want.
He likes the AIM or AIM if you're one of those weird people.
I would need to make a new AIM account because I made my AIM account before I had It's J Griff locked in. So
do you have to fight every other It's J Griff so you can be the only surviving one?
Yeah, I'm the Highlander of It's J Griff. I don't know how many.
I don't know how many.
I like that. I like that you knew what that was.
Yeah.
You don't know what anything else is,
Nope.
but you knew what that was. Thank you. I tried a long time ago to get Jacob Griffin on Twitter just so I could just be Jacob Griffin.
Yeah.
But somebody already had it, and that guy literally had 1 tweet and like 4 followers. So I was a little mad about that.
He's that guy.
Yeah. And I was like, this guy probably doesn't tweet anything. No. So I'm not even going to attempt to message him back.
I've never tweeted. That's a lie. I sent one out because I sent it to the Hearthstone for the audition.
I've seen you tweet before too. Before that.
Did I?
I follow you on Twitter.
That's a lie. Have I tweeted? I don't think.
You have.
Okay. I'm going to trust Jacob. He knows better than I do.
Yeah.
I don't do none of this social media newfangled business.
Yeah. You're firmly planted in the grassroots promotion.
Yes.
Of in the middle of class, plug our podcast.
Yes.
Brad, if they want to get in touch with you, where do they go?
Well, if you want to get in touch with me, you can do that on Twitter. The thing I just said I don't use.
Yeah.
But I'll use it, I promise. I am Kalgny on Twitter, Kalgne. Don't ask me where I get the name, because I hear that all the time, and I'm tired of answering the question.
Actually, I want to know. You've never definitively said it on the podcast.
Have I never said it on the podcast
No.
before? All right, so the name Kalgny came from, of all things, a World of Warcraft random name generator.
Right.
Which, whenever you do that, the name they give you almost never works. Mm-hmm. But I suck at coming up with names, usually, anyway.
So you're naming your character? Or you're just naming your account?
Yeah, I was naming it was my paladin, I think, in World of Warcraft, which is arguably my least played character. But Kalgny is the name I use for everything because it's never taken on anything.
Right.
I use Kalgny and Kitamaru as my two.
Is Kalgny the way it's pronounced, or is that just the way you pronounce it?
I've heard Kalgny, I've heard Kalgny for some reason, I don't know. But yeah, Kalgny and Kalgny are the two I hear a lot. Mm-hmm. But pronounce it however you like, Kalgne. I'm on Twitch as well, so when I do some impromptu streams here and there, some Hearthstone, because I can look at the chat while I do that, while I still have one monitor. You can judge me being terrible at Hearthstone.
Right. I do.
Yes.
Even though I don't know how to play that game.
It's not hard. Literally anybody can do it.
I forget what I was going to say.
But yeah, if you want to get in touch with me, Twitch, Twitter, the show email, just specify it towards me. That's really the 3 best ways you're going to be able to do it.
If you guys want to know the origin story of my name, of where It's J Griff comes from.
I'm curious. I assumed it was your birth name, but...
Yes, I was born It's J Griff. In high school, there was one kid in one of my classes who started calling me J Griff, and somehow that just kind of spread. So people started calling me J Griff. So whenever people would say like my name, I would just be like, "It's J Griff here," like you know, announcing myself. So I just took It's J Griff and made that my thing. I actually spelled weirdly before, where it was just the letter J and Griff. And I was like,
That's
no.
how you are in my phone. It's just J and Griff.
Really?
Yep.
It looks better J-A-Y.
It does, but I'm too lazy to edit it.
Right. That's weird that I'm J Griff. Why didn't you just put Jacob?
I no idea.
Whatever.
Because I know 3 different Jacobs.
I put you in there as Brad, so should I put you in there as Kalgny now?
If you like, yes.
All right. But that's the origin story. I dropped my phone.
Jacob's having a bad day today. He's just dropping everything.
I felt the need to announce myself to people.
I'm curious, Jacob. I asked this at the end of every recording.
Yeah.
But what's our time at?
We're at about an hour.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
This is the first episode where I've actually hit the hour mark that I wanted to since episode 1.
And if you keep talking, you're not going to hit it.
And you know what? I always like to ruin the things.
Yeah.
But a little teaser for upcoming episodes. We're doing a complete with review trailer review.
Yeah.
For the Suicide Squad trailer.
We're being like every movie review YouTube channel. We're going to review every trailer for everything.
Except we suck at it, so I mean...
Yeah, so if you really want to hear a less than stellar review, not of the thing itself, but of us and our commentary, it's less than stellar.
We are completely average, I think. Which is all I aim for in life, really.
Yeah. Coast by.
Why are we still talking? And
C's all the way.
let's end the show.
All right. This has been Complete with DLC. I'm Jay Griffin.
I'm Brad Knight.
And that one was better than the first one.